Storm Ready, presented by the Big Country Storm Team, continues.
Now, when it comes time of severe weather, a simple notification can mean the difference between life and death. KTAB meteorologist Zach Gilday has been going out, and he's got more now, an Abilene system that leaders say has already saved lives.
I'm down here in the Emergency Operations Center where code red messages are written. Those messages go straight to your phone and they can help save your life.
It's a tool that we use to make people aware that something bad is coming our way.
Since the vote to get the tornado sirens installed in the city of Abilene failed back in 2015, the city has been using the code red alert system, which according to Emergency Management Coordinator Vincent Cantu, is just as good as users can be warned wherever they're at.
Sirens are designed and built to alert individuals that are outdoors, not necessarily indoors. That's where code red comes in.
In instances like the sudden tornado that happened in May of last year, Cantu credits the system for saving lives alongside the sirens that also went off the same day at DYESS Air Force Base.
We got more than a few folks come up to us and say, thank you, because of code red we were able to seek the necessary shelter and make the necessary arrangements prior to the tornado bearing down on them.
But code red could even be used in non-weather related events.
Anytime we can expect any sort of large-scale damage, chemical, biological, radiological, any sort of those type instances where human life could be in danger.
So how do you get the alerts to your phone?
Is texting ABITAYTX to 99411. You can also sign up through calling 211 or going to the city website to sign up.
Cantu says if cell phones aren't your thing, you can even get the alerts
via landline as well,
providing protection for neighbors on the go or at home. From the Emergency Operations Center, I'm meteorologist Zach Gilday.
Hey, thanks a lot, Zach. Now, here's a look at how other cities in the Big Country warn the residents about disasters. Brownwood, Eastland, Breckenridge, Stanford, and Cisco all have code red as well as a siren system in place. Now, over to the west in Snyder, they have Civic Ready, a similar alert messaging system that is this a lot like code red. And many of these other cities, like Sweetwater, Ballinger, and Goldthwaite, have messaging systems. Some cities, like Coleman, only have a siren system.
So just get informed and know where you're living and who has what when it comes to that. Now, as Zach mentioned, the sirens at DYESS and how they warned those on base to get to a safe place that made warning of that tornado touchdown in Abilene. Well, meteorologist Airman First Class Mary Kapuscinski is the one who sounded the alarm. She was working the overnight shift alone and was about to go off duty when she checked the radar one more time and saw the signature return a tornado within 5 miles of the base. Now, she's supposed to get a second opinion before sounding the alarm, but just like you and I, we just have to, last second things. She set the siren off anyways, potentially saving lives on Abilene and DYESS as well. Well done, Airman Kapuscinski.
Now, moving on to a look at a more recent tornado. People in the Big Country and several communities woke up to serious storm damage in the month of March after 7 tornadoes hit the area.
They were all in rural areas, but they still caused a lot of damage. Our Nathan Grieve has more on what storm survivors faced that morning.
Uprooted trees, limbs snapped like toothpicks. Normally those phrases are hyperbole, but in this case they're a literal description of the damage left behind by a tornado south of Merkel.
After getting here and looking on the radar, I think it's probably 100, 200 yards south of here, or maybe 100. And so it didn't take a direct hit, thankfully, but it could have been a lot worse.
BRILEY Snowden was watching the tornado from a few miles away. It wasn't until the morning that he came to his sister's house to check out the damage.
I had seen some pictures she sent me, but this is probably the worst damage I've seen in probably 4 or 5 years. It's way more real once you get here and see it in person.
By the afternoon, the debris was still there, but so were people to help clear it away. And just next door, it's a very similar sight.
And I was still trying to look out the windows, and about the time it started roaring, I ran to get in the closet, and just about the time I got in the closet, it hit, and we could all feel our ears pop. Like it felt like it was trying to suck our eardrums out. It was just, you could feel it go over, and it didn't last long at all, but we came out to find all the damage.
The Carey's home is without power, but it's full of friends and the supplies they brought with them.
If you want to know what friendship looks like and love, come watch these people that came to help us.
At both homes, the best news, nobody is hurt.
Thank you, Nathan.
And you know, now that storm system also struck multiple counties. Now, here's a look at the havoc it caused in the South Bend community up in Young County. There's this damage. A trailer house flipped on its side and nearby another trailer destroyed. And the owner telling our reporters they barely had time to cover.
And that's exactly why those alert systems are so important. You can try and give yourself a little warning and a heads up. Still to come, though, KRBC meteorologist Susanna Aguayo dives deep into flooding and avoiding flood dangers. But first, she has another storm-ready fact for you.
Thunder and lightning, two battling forces during severe weather. Take a look at this. As soon as you see that lightning strike, it takes about 5 seconds for that thunder to be heard within a mile. Now, in warmer temperatures, we actually see the speed of thunder increase at faster velocities, and actually the time to go a distance of 1 mile is actually less for warmer temperatures, and that's why most of the times that we see a lot of electrical systems passing through, it's usually in warmer temperatures. However, that's not always the case. Here we have a system that's known as heat lightning, and that's where lightning is seen but no thunder is heard because sound dissipates as it travels outward. So if you're anywhere within the cutoff of 10 miles, you'll be able to hear. Anything else will be referred to as heat lightning. And of course, that's why we always remind you to head indoors if you hear thunder roar.